So thank you so much for the invite. At some point, I don't know if I can offer much advice. I mean, I can use my testimonial. I have a very, very standard pathway through academia, sort of a meats and potatoes, or if you're from Brazil, a rice and beans sort of way of doing things. But nevertheless, maybe there is some insight that might be helpful to folks. So since I'm in a geography department, I'm gonna do, no, there will be a map. I started my bachelor of science in oceanography in Rio Grande. I actually, in the southern part of Brazil, I already had so when I started my undergraduate career, I already knew exactly that I wanted to get a PhD and do research. I only knew that because I had gone through a bachelor of science, a bachelor program before. My parents were both researchers. I thought that their jobs were really cool, but they were always super broke. So when it came time for me to go to college, I said, no, I want to be rich and have money. So I went to business school and I hated it. So I decided, okay, let's do what is the most romantic thing that I really want to do and love, and marine mammals. So that's why I went to oceanography. I tried the money way and it wasn't making me happy. I said, oh, let me just go towards doing research, and I want to do research on the most magical thing there is for me at the time, and that was marine mammals, right? And that's why I went to oceanography in Rio Grande. After that, of course, the marine mammal thing did not work out because, surprise, surprise, every freaking undergrad in oceanography wants to do marine mammals, right? And there's just one marine mammal lab in the university. By that time, halfway through my program, I already had a child. So I had financial constraints. And the folks at the Physical Oceanography lab offered me, it was an internship, but that paid half a minimum salary. I said, yeah, that's nice. And eventually loved it. So went to get my master's of science in physical oceanography at Rio Grande, at Sao Paulo, at University of Sao Paulo at the time. Not what I had to start to plan with, but still on that pathway. I had no doubts when I started my BS, as I said, that I wanted to do science and research, right? Halfway through, during my master's, there was the opportunity to go to the US. I earned this fellowship to do a PhD in the US, which is what I did. Went to Tallahassee and Florida State, right? And then during my time during my PhD, developed a very physical oceanography-like thesis that had to do with measuring currents, yada yada yada. I liked it, but I wasn't super in love with it. I was super in love with paleoclimate. And a year away from my graduation, I started asking for postdocs in paleoclimate all over the world. Got a response, of course, right? I asked for like 7 months, and my first positive response came literally on the first day that I was reaching out. Got this response from this guy at University of Victoria. I was so ignorant about University of Victoria, I didn't even know it was in Canada. So I signed up for the job, not even knowing I had to change countries. It was great at University of Victoria. During my time at University of Victoria, I did, it was awesome. But I was having a hard time getting a job. It took a while. I didn't search for jobs for some time. My wife took that opportunity to retool, and she was a reporter in Brazil. She couldn't write professionally in English. She decided to do photography. So I sort of parked my job hunting for a few years while I was there in Victoria. Eventually got a faculty position in Antigonish, Nova Scotia, a small university there. Did not want to go there. This was not ideal for me, but I was having a hard time jumping directly from a postdoc to a faculty position in a place that I thought was interesting. And I think it was the right call. After going there, the number of faculty positions that opened up for me, interviews, really increased. So I was in a much more comfortable position applying for a job, a faculty job, being faculty compared to being a postdoc, at least for me. So I guess this is a tip. I took a job that wasn't what I really wanted, but it helped me arrive at a position that I really like. I'm happy here at Columbus, in Columbus. I guess in general, so as you can see, it's pretty linear progression, right? BS, master's of science, PhD, postdoc, faculty position, nothing exciting about it. I did change the stuff I worked with throughout my career. I'm just gonna go over here. When I was in Victoria, I really started looking into this thing that is the thing I like most about my research, which is climate-human interactions, especially during migrations. And I
About
published—
1 minute left, Dr. Montenegro.
got it. I published what I think, of course, I'm biased, but I think I published some very interesting papers during my postdoc on this theme of human migrations and climate. But I was getting no job offers, right? Because it didn't characterize me. No, archaeology departments wouldn't hire me, and no physical science departments thought that what I did was fluff, or at least this is the story I told myself. But when I switched during my postdoc and really focused on doing more standard, I guess, climatology stuff, the chance— that's when I got the position in Nova Scotia, for example. So I guess overall, I would say for me, I knew what I wanted to do. I kept my options open, and things sort of happened. But there was one time where I was strategic about jobs, and that's when I stopped doing research that I really, really loved, but it would be hard to put me in a box, and then and to do something that I thought was very cool, but not what I love the most. And now I have tenure, and I do whatever I like, which is great. And I'm back to doing human migrations and climate. Thank you.
All right, thank you.